Welcome to our channel. In Chapter 4 of the Father of Nations novel, we'll discuss about Fiona Mackenzie and the Voice of America contract. Major characters here include Fiona Mackenzie, Dr. Abiola Afolabi, and Pastor Chiamaka. The chapter begins with Ms. Fiona Mackenzie boarding a taxi. She is leaving the Seamount Hotel and heads back to her office. Mackenzie had informed her boss that she would be at the office in an hour's time. She, however, takes longer to reach her office because of the roadblocks that were everywhere. At one point, she is stopped at arch number 22 by a police who wanted a bribe from the taxi driver. As a result, she arrives at her office later than expected. Mackenzie goes straight to see her boss, who informs her that she has been transferred with immediate effect but on loan from the Gambian News to working for the Voice of America. There was a time when US policy prohibited the Voice of America from broadcasting in America. The image was bad for Voice of America, and it had to go. This is the reason why the Voice of America was employing non-Americans. Mr. Robert Manley, chief of the bureau, meets Mackenzie at the entrance and then leads her to the office. Manley instructs Mackenzie that because there was a breaking story and that she would start her work immediately. Her new pay is better than what Gambian News was paying. Mackenzie is introduced to a staff mate, a new arrival from America called Nicholas Centineo, a communications technician. The breaking story is that a summit of Africa's heads of state would begin shortly at the Pinnacle Hotel. Centineo would be handy in her work. She learns that Centineo had records of many proceedings in Gambia, including Miss Mackenzie's interview with Dr. Abiola. From the recordings, Centineo confirms that there was a man talking to a total of 4 other men. Miss Mackenzie is taken to her new office, and Mr. Manley rushes to a meeting at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Meanwhile, Dr. Abiola tosses on his bed sleeplessly for nearly an hour before finally dozing official. A phone belonging to Dr. Abiola's rings. It's Miss Fiona Mackenzie calling. Ms. Mackenzie asks Dr. Abiola to meet her. Unexpectedly, when he comes out but does not find her as they agreed over the phone. While he gets ready to go back to his room, a woman's voice, about 30 years old, cries out for help. The young woman is in the company of a man, and the hotel attendant looks detached and aloof. The young woman being whisked away is noted to be Mackenzie. She shouts out Dr. Abiola's name, and this prompts him to rush to her help. Dr. Abiola faces the alleged abductor who called Leo, otherwise referred to as the Liberian Mauler. A fight between Dr. Abiola and the Liberian Mauler erupts. Dr. Abiola defeats Leo and whisks Mackenzie away to his room. He helps her change her clothing and freshen up. In the meantime, another phone rings. The caller is Pastor Chiamaka. After the call, Dr. Abiola's mood darkens. Fiona Mackenzie shares a lot about Voice of America and the story in Nicholas Centineo's machine, the silent listener, which had recorded so many things in their last 2 days. As the chapter comes to an end, Mackenzie and Dr. Abiola spend their night together. Subscribe to our channel to get a continuation of the story and new videos as they come out.